Welcome to Master Trader's Weekly Trade Review. I'm Dan Gibby, and in this review I'm going to show you how we trade gaps, but also more importantly in this particular pattern, how it's a failed gap and how that sets up a shock pattern or reversal to profit in the other direction. This is our technical based approach to trading anything that moves. We need a compelling pattern. I say no setup, no action. Then we take that setup and we see where it is in connection with the overall trend, multiple time frames, support and resistance. Is it showing relative strength or weakness? What are the broader markets doing? And then we simply enter and manage in between. These are some different types of gaps that we give these labels to. But what a gap is there no trades took place between two prior candlesticks. Obviously, they happen more overnight because the equity markets are closed overnight. A pro or professional gap is one that ignites a new move. It changes the trend. What we call a novice gap is it ends an already extended move. So it's a short-term exhaustion of fear or greed, and that sets up counter trend trades. Then there's just other continuation gaps that continue in the move that typically started from a pro gap. There's others that are just, yes, that's a bullish gap, yes, that's a bearish gap, but there's nothing to do with it. You have to apply all the concepts on the prior slide to see if there's a high probability setup. And then not all gaps are tradable. There might be a gap up or down, it's like, so what? There's nothing to do with it. These are all compelling bullish money patterns, as we say. And then we take these pictures and again, we overlay the other concepts that I started with, the trends, support and resistance, etc. So this is actually just one of the snippets here of a pro gap. It could have been in a downtrend, a consolidation sideways trend, gapping over congestion with a price void. It has room to run. So I'm going to show you a particular gap in NUE here that, as I mentioned, it's a failure. It's a shock pattern. And every time that I look at a chart, you're going to hear me talking about all the concepts. So let's kind of start over here. We have the 20, 50, and 200 period moving average. So it was all moving up. Everything's looking great. Deep retracement made a lower pivot low. Retest at resistance, bearish reversal, and then I don't know what happened, but it just was in a free fall here. Momentum slowed, built a little bottom here, moved up, chopping around here. This was a bullish turn. This could have suggested higher prices, red bar ignored, but now let's bring your attention to this gap down. This was on earnings last Thursday, a very bearish gap to a prior low. Here's the 20 period moving average, but the message of that gap at the open was very bearish. It suggested, until I got more information as the market opened, it suggested the shock of this negative gap to the bottom of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bars. It would continue lower into the gap over here and maybe unfilled gap. And then as you can see here, this is a daily chart obviously, and it closed with a big fat engulfing bar. So I'm going to show you the 15-minute chart in a moment, but we bought the following day over this bar's high. This is an open trade right now. These are the comments in the open trade spreadsheet for our members. So we bought the stock here. It's a wide range engulfing, a bearish gap reversal. We actually call this pattern a bear gap that bullies because it's a bearish gap that negated the gap quickly in the morning. I'll show you on the next chart. And this was on earnings at the 20 MA, bullish end of day base. I'll show you that. Here's now the 15-minute chart. So this shows the bearish gap down. Went down a little bit more at the open and then closed with topping tail, bottoming tail. So this 15-minute chart, so in two bars, it almost completely filled the gap. An hour later here, 4 bars, it sliced through all of this resistance like it was not even there. Then what happened? So that gives us a bullish bias. Does that mean I buy it right then? Well, no, I need more information, and it's now extended on the 15-minute chart. And as always, you need a price void. So just filling a gap and negating it does not equal buy the stock. I'm putting all these concepts together. So this was the morning session. The first hour and a half, 6 bars, very, very bullish. The next couple of hours, all the way to the day's closed, it was in a bullish trading range, pretty much above the 20, and we just eyeball retracement concepts. It stayed in the upper 80% of the day's range. It's building support over time. And so that is stronger than a retracement buy setup. And that's what we call an end of day base. So end of day base on the 15-minute chart, price void on the daily, and it won't trigger with the negative gap in the markets were gapping down. And we still posted this because it's not going to trade over that. What happened at the market open here, which is this next line? This is the day we entered last Friday. You can see a small gap up in a wide range power bar igniting. Again, strength from an end of day base. Now I'll go back to the daily again. We entered on this bar. So all that I have shown here in this little square is very bullish consolidation. And look to the left, this was a breakout after bear gap at Bullies with a price void. We actually sold 2/3 of our position in the strength just because we were up huge in one day. And now we're holding 1/3 of a position to trail under a prior bar's low. Come check us out in our Master Trader Green Trading Room. My partner Greg Capper and I, we start in this room every day at 9 a.m. with market review, pre-market prep. We go over our best gap trades, our tier 1 hit list, as I call them. We scan throughout the day. We answer some questions with subscribers. It's a fantastic venue. Spend $7, spend a week with us, and you will see us implement the Master Trader method in real time. If you want to learn how to objectively read price action of anything that moves, go to mastertrader.com/education, and you can see just different categories here of stocks, options, mini courses, or if you're new to trading, we have a great little course there. Hope that helped. As always, email Greg at Master Trader, Dan at Master Trader with any questions. Look forward to seeing you in the next trade review video.